7 Effective methods for intermittent fasting. There are lots of methods you can adopt for intermittent fasting. These tend to vary with regards to calorie allowances and how many fast days. Intermittent fasting implies abstaining from food over a given period of time before deciding to eat again. According to studies, it can help when it comes to weight loss, increased longevity and better health. Proponents have suggested that maintaining of intermittent fasting programs is much easier than those diets that are calorie-controlled. When it comes to intermittent fasting, people will have different experiences. Therefore, what will be perfect for one individual may not be great for another. The major aim of this post will be to comprehensively discuss the most popular forms of intermittent fasting. You will also discover the most ideal food for fasting. 7 ways that you can do intermittent fasting. This form of fasting has got different methods. This is perhaps why people will always prefer styles that are different. Method number 1: half-day 12 hours fasting. This diet has got very simple rules. This is the fact that a person is expected to abstain from food for 12 hours every day. Researchers have explained that while fasting for around 10 to 16 hours, fats inside the body can get converted to energy. This ensures that ketones are released into your bloodstream. Weight loss should be encouraged through this form of fast. This form of intermittent fasting is perfect for those who are just starting out. The reason is that hours dedicated to such fasting aren't long. As a matter of fact, majority of the fast will take place while they are sleeping. In order for this fast to be embarked on easily by a beginner, sleeping hours should also part of the 12 hours. For instance, you may decide to fast between 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. This means you will need to take your dinner before 6 p.m. and abstain from food until after 6 a.m. in the morning. You will be sleeping most of the time during such time of fasting. Method number 2: to 16 hours fasting. Through this method of intermittent fasting, you will only have about 8 hours to eat every day. This is known as Lean Gains diet or 16-to-8 method. During this method, women will fast for about 14 hours every day while men are going to fast for 16 hours. It can be very beneficial, most especially once you've tried to adopt the half-day fast of 12 hours in the past but didn't notice any change. This type of fast ensures that people will finish evening meal before 8 p.m. Breakfast will be skipped as they won't eat any food until lunchtime. A research was carried out on mice and it was revealed that when their eating windows got limited to about 8 hours, they got protected from abnormal conditions such as liver disease, diabetes, inflammation and obesity. It should be noted that their amount of calories was similar to those of mice that weren't under the same time restriction. Method number 3: to 48 hours per week. This method is known as 5-to-2 diet standard. It entails the intake of healthful food for about 5 days and less calorie consumption for the other remaining 2 days. Within these 48 hours, 2 days, of fasting, women and men will consume around 400 and 500 calories respectively. People will typically ensure that their fast days are separated. For instance, you can decide to fast for Monday and Wednesday or Saturday and Thursday. It is all about choosing 2 days that will be convenient for you. Please note that when choosing this form of fasting method, there need to be a minimum of 1 day for non-fasting in between. Research has been limited on this form of fasting though. According to a study carried out on women 107 who were overweight, it was discovered that the restriction of calories 2 times every week can bring about weight loss. It was also revealed that this form of diet can help in the reduction of insulin levels. Insulin sensitivity also got improved in participants. A small-scale research carried out to observe 23 women who were overweight. While experiencing one menstrual cycle, these women lost about 4.8% weight. 8% of their body fats were also lost. After eating normally for about 5 days, most of these women regained their normal body weight. Method number 4: alternate fasting. This fasting has to do with coming up with variations about which day to fast. Some people consider this form of fasting to be having to avoid solid foods. In other words, they don't consume solid food for fasting. Others may take in maximum of 500 calories. People may decide to eat as they like on feeding days. A study carried out has revealed that alternate fasting can be very effective when it comes to heart health and weight loss. According to the researchers, 32 participants had lost about 5.2 kilograms within a period of 12 weeks. Method number 5: 1 day fast every week. Eat Stop Eat diet is what this method of fasting is called. This involves abstaining from food for a period of 24 hours. There are people who may decide to fast from lunch to lunch or breakfast to breakfast. If you are on a diet such as this, it is possible to take tea, water or any other drink that is calorie-free. During non-fasting days, you will have to eat normally. Although this form of fasting doesn't reduce the type of food you consume, it can help in reducing your overall calorie intake in your system. This method of fasting can prove to be challenging for lots of people. For instance, it can cause irritability, headache or fatigue. Although with the passage of time, your body is going to adjust to such a new eating pattern, thus, you will no longer feel the effects. Before trying out a fast that can last for 24 hours, it is recommended that you first do either the 16 hours or 12 hours fast explained above. Method number 6: skipping of meals. This is a flexible approach and it is very perfect if you're starting out. It is the habit of skipping meals occasionally. You can decide which of the meals to skip based on time restraints or hunger level. Just remember that the food you are eating should always be healthy. If you understand how to respond to the hunger signal of your body, skipping of meals will be very helpful. Those making use of this fasting method will eat anytime they seem to be hungry. They will not eat anything once they aren't hungry. This method of fasting is very natural as compared to the others above. Method number 7: warrior diet. This intermittent fasting method is very extreme. It involves having to eat very little. This is usually some raw vegetables and fruits in a period of 24-hour fast. During night period, one large meal will be eaten. The time allowed to eat is 4 hours. This fasting method is great for those that have tried out other methods in the past. Those who support warrior diet are of the opinion that human beings are eaters, nocturnal. In other words, body nutrients are gained during night periods. During the eating phase of 4 hours, lots of protein, vegetables and fruits should be consumed. Some carbohydrates should also be included. These are great food for fasting due to their nutritious nature. A major challenge with this method is that most people usually struggle when it comes to eating meals that are large before bedtime. Also, the fiber intake of people who are on such a diet will be very low. This can make someone prone to cancer. Also, there is the chance of weak immune and digestive system. How to maintain intermittent fasting. Following an intermittent fasting program is a very difficult task. In order to achieve your goals, you will need to follow the tips below. Always remain hydrated. You can take lots of water, herbal tea, and calorie-free drinks throughout the day. Avoid any form of food distraction. You can stop thinking about foods and try to focus on other activities such as watching movies, reading books and playing games. Strenuous exercises should be avoided. Yoga has been discovered to be very beneficial during such a period though. Proper rest and relaxation is the key. Ensure each calorie counts. In case your chosen plan allows you to consume some calories, take foods that contain fiber and protein. These could be avocados, nuts, fish, eggs, lentils and others. They are great and nutritious food for fasting. High-volume foods should be eaten like raw vegetables, popcorn, fruits like watermelon and grape. Eating seasoned meals which don't contain calories. These could be done through vinegar, spices, herbs or garlic. Food for fasting like these will contain fewer amounts of calories but can add lots of flavor. This will help reduce your cravings for food. Foods which contain nutrients should be eaten after such fasting period. Outlook. Intermittent fasting can be done in various ways. These various methods are great for different individuals. You should try various styles in order to find out what works best for your system. Irrespective of any method which you must have chosen, ensure that your body is prepared for the exercise ahead. Trying to force your system may bring about some health issues in the long run. These methods of fasting or dieting will not work for anyone who seems to be suffering from eating disorder. They worsen their condition. Those suffering from one form of abnormal condition or the other are advised to get professional advice from their doctors before trying to fast. A typical example is diabetes. During non-fast days, it is very important that you eat foods that are nutritious. Balanced diet intake shouldn't be ignored in any way. Thanks for watching.